Hello everyone, this is Wise Wolf, and today I'll be bringing to you 13 historical events in March. Number 13. March 1st, 1689. In the village of Salem in Massachusetts Bay Company, Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, an Indian slave from Barbados, are charged with illegal practice of witchcraft. Under what believed to be possible coercion later the day, Tituba confessed to the crime, and that caused an upstir of authorities to seek out any other possible witches in Salem Village and the surrounding areas. Now, 2 months before it all started, when Reverend Samuel Parris's 2 daughters first started experiencing fits and other mystical maladies, and doctors concluded that they were under the effects of witchcraft. During the next few months, more than 150 men and women were accused and murdered due to witchcraft in Salem and the surrounding areas. It was one of the biggest stirs during the witch hunt that had progressed in Europe a couple hundred years prior. Number 12. On March 2nd, 1836, Texas declared its independence from Mexico. During the Texas Revolution against Mexico, American Texans met at Washington on the Brazos and declared their independence. David Burnett was chosen as provincial president and Sam Houston as the commander-in-chief of all the Texas forces. They also, at this time, adopted a constitution that allowed for slavery to take place that previously was against the law in Mexico. Also, during this time, Santa Anna continued his siege on the Alamo, which later became a battle cry for the Texas forces, "Remember the Alamo." Number 11. March 5th, 1770. This is the day that the Boston Massacre occurred. American colonists gathered outside the customs house and began taunting the British soldiers that were stationed outside it, while the British captain, Thomas Preston, commanded his soldiers to fix bayonets to their guns and attempt to try to scare away the Patriots. However, they started throwing snowballs at the soldiers instead. Private Hugh Montgomery was hit with a snowball, leading to him discharging his rifle into the crowd. And seeing this, the other soldiers took up fire and started shooting at the crowd as well. This resulted in 5 deaths and numerous injuries to the citizens around, and was also classified as the first fatalities in the Revolutionary War. Number 10. March 7th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell patents the telephone. At the age of 29, Scottish-born Alexander Graham Bell receives his first patent for his new invention, the telephone. His new invention replaced the former telegraph and quickly became a household item in America, and sooner spread to the rest of the world, and even to today, when we now have mobile telephones and even video phones. Number 9. March 11th, 1818. Mary Shelley publishes her novel Frankenstein, or the Modern Prometheus, at the age of 21. This book quickly became a hot seller and is called the world's first scientific novel. It is a must-read for all ages, well, for teens and up. If you have not read it, you really should. Number 8. March 15th, 44 AD. This is the date that Julius Caesar, the leader of the Roman forces and the Roman Republic, was stabbed in the Senate floor by his associates and friends due to the fear of his growing power and his recent comparisons to Alexander the Great. They thought for the greater good of Rome, he must die. This event was made popular by the Shakespearean play Julius Caesar, wherein we get the famous lines, "Et tu, Brute," which refers to Marcus Brutus, Julius Caesar's best friend and the first one to stab him, and "Beware the Ides of March," which prophesied his death. These events also saw the transformation from the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. Number 7. March 16th, 1850. Grown up in Salem and influenced by the Salem witch trials, Nathan Hawthorne, the author of The Scarlet Letter, published his book, full of adultery and betrayal. It's a really good read, and it has a really good twist in it. If you have not read it, I recommend you do. Number 6. March 20th, 1345. According to the University of Paris, this is the date that the Black Death, also known as the Plague, began. And according to them, it was caused by the triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, Mars in the 40th degree of Aquarius, which happened to occur on the 20th of March. The plague swept across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia during the 14th century, killing an estimated 25 million in its wake, and reduced the population of Europe by 1/3. Number 5. March 24th, 1603, Queen Elizabeth I dies. After a 44-year reign, Queen Elizabeth dies and allows King James of Scotland to take the throne, finally uniting England and Scotland under one ruler. However, her reign saw many changes in English life. She was known as the Virgin Queen due to her reluctance to endanger her throne and authority through marriage. Her reign also saw the flowering of the English Renaissance, the emergence of authors such as William Shakespeare, and the making of England into a world power in every respect. She is known today as one of England's greatest monarchs. Number 4. March 25th, 1918, Belarusian People Republic is established. Less than a week after Russia ends its official participation in World War I, the former Russian province of Belarus declares itself independent of Russia and further divides itself by declaring itself a democratic republic, in contrast to the Tsar rule of Russia. Man, 2 independents in 1 month. Must be the month of independence. Number 3. March 27th, 1998. The FDA approves the use of Viagra to treat impotence for males. Oh, Viagra. What would men do without you today? Number 2. March 28th, 1979. The nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island. This is the worst accident in history of the United States nuclear power, and it began when a pressure valve in Unit 2 reactor fails to close, resulting in radioactive contaminated cooling water flowing into the adjoining buildings, causing the core to begin to overheat, resulting in a meltdown. However, during the meltdown, the engineers misread the signals and signs and forced everything to shut down, actually saving the power plant from completely erupting and turning into another Chernobyl. Number 1. March 31st, 1889. The Eiffel Tower opens. In honor of the French Revolution, Gustave Eiffel presents the Eiffel Tower to the people of France. The finished tower would reach almost 1,000 feet above the highest point in Paris at the time, and also at the time would be the tallest man-made structure. The tower was completed under budget and in less than 2 years, much to the surprise of the skeptics. Eiffel's 984-foot-tall iron framework structure is still one of the most visited sites in the world and one of the best known and recognized by the masses. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like this, then hit the like button, and if you have any comments about what I should do next, throw them down in the comment box below. Thank you, and have a good day.